BradM73 here. Welcome back to Construction Simulator 2015 Gold Edition. Well, let's see here. I recorded some GTA 5 today. Got that uploading right now. Thought I would do a quick episode of Construction Sim to kind of hold me over because I didn't do Farming Sim this week, and so yeah, we're just kind of standing around picking our boogers out of our bum. So I think I have to, like, I forgot what I have to do. I think I have to pour concrete, but I'm not sure. No, I don't have to pour concrete. I have to get asphalt and large bricks. Okay. Well, we can't get up there. Ah, what am I doing? Oh, I also got my, new video card today. The game seems to pretty much be locked at 60 frames a second, so, I don't know what's going on with that, because the game it used to be able to display higher than 60 FPS. So yeah, I got the 1080 Strix. There's some weird graphical things going on down there when I move around. Watch. Look at the textures. You see them kind of flickering. I don't know if that's like because of the graphics card or what. I mean, it should be running pretty good, so don't know. It seems like, I don't know. I guess it seems like it's playing pretty much the same. But yeah, I got the Asus GTX 1080 Strix. So supposedly they're supposed to be like way more powerful than the 980 Ti's, like a good 30 or 40% more powerful. So because a lot of games, especially games I record like this one, run on the don't run on SLI, I thought, well, I'll just get the 1080 and sell my old cards to pay for it. So yeah, I don't know how to unlock this game like frame rate wise, if it's possible to go over 60 frames a second or not. It used to be able to, but I think for performance reasons they locked it down to 60 FPS. So I don't know, you guys. It's weird, like sometimes it seems like it dips below 60 frames a second. Like right now it's down to 53, but anyways, we never had super awesome performance. No, get in there. We've never had super awesome performance out of this game anyway, so meh. Why large bricks? One, two. The monkey. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go. I should do this with mouse and keyboard. Okay, 3 of those. Purchase. All right. Now I'm back to the Xbox controller. I always like to go for the for the high up ones first. The high up ones, right? The high up ones. Okay. Let's drop these off. Yeah, it's pretty late here, so I don't know exactly how long this episode's gonna run. It might be 20 minutes, it might be 30 minutes, it might be 40 minutes, it might be an hour. I just don't know yet because I haven't really decided exactly how long I want this I almost said recipe. This episode. I don't know how long I want this episode to be. I can't see. There we go. Whoa! Oh my gosh! Come on. There we go. Get this last one up here. See if I can do it. No, I can't. Now it's going to be like a mega pain in the buttocks. I guess that wasn't too bad. So I went out tonight. Yeah, I actually have to cook a pot roast in a crock pot tonight for my mom, of all people. So yeah, I actually got that started, and it's pretty much going to take all night to cook anyway. So I was like, I'm just going to put it on, get it going, and then I'm going to come in, you know, do some recording for a little while, and then I'll go and check on it when I'm done. So I think that's a pretty good idea. Whoa, I didn't leave me much room to maneuver. Ah! Gosh, I didn't leave myself much room at all. What was I thinking? I do not know. Right. I almost feel like I should drive this out a little bit further. That good? That might be better. Uh-oh. Okay, sorry about that. I had a little interruption there. Let's see here. I'll try to. It was only a few seconds long. I'll try to edit it out there. You'd be like, "What happened, Brad? Why aren't you making any sounds?" And I'll be like, "I don't know. I really don't know." All right, let's get this over here. Wow, down to 48 frames a second. I'm quite sure that this game is not on the NVIDIA list of, like, GeForce Driver optimized games, I can tell you that. Unless I have GTA 5 running in the background still. I'm pretty sure I exited out of it. Now keep in mind, this game pretty much performs poorly on most PCs because it's very poorly optimized. It's a fun game, but, you know, I get people all the time that send me messages like, you know, this game runs like crap on my AMD laptop that's not even a gaming laptop. But it meets the requirements. You got to remember, when they put minimum requirements like on a product, that's like the minimum it's required to even run, not even to run well. So, you know, the recommended requirements are typically, you know, more along the lines of what are required for a game to run fairly decently, and then, you know, maximum recommended requirements is basically like what. Well, there's usually not like a maximum recommended. It's basically just minimum and recommended to get like the best performance. I think these guys are probably shooting for about, you know, people to have like 30 to 40 frames per second. And then they're like, you know, if we get that, we're just going to stop optimizing stuff because we don't give a crap. What's weird is like a game like this plays, you know, well, right now it's 60 frames, say 59, 57, 55 frames per second, right? And I mean, look how simple the graphics are. The road texture is all one texture, the grass texture is all one texture, and the, you know, the city is fairly not, well, it's not very complex. Let's just put it that way. Now, a game like Grand Theft Auto, I can play that on this video card with most settings like maxed out, without like all that anti-aliasing stuff. That really doesn't make the game look, you know, doesn't make GTA 5 look that much better anyway. And I'm essentially locked at 144 frames a second on like high, very high, ultra, whatever settings. There's nobody coming, so I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go for it. So, yeah, when, you know, I know Astragon isn't like a AAA game studio, but, you know, I would say, I'm not even sure I would say they're one of the more reputable places. I don't really know the people at Astragon that well. I know a couple guys through Playway, which is like one of the companies that I think Astragon does distribution for them. I don't know. The whole like European game industry is one of like distinct like misdirection and confusion. And it's pretty frustrating. I've talked to like a lot of developers who've gotten like royally screwed over by companies like UIG or UIE as they're called. And they're basically like, don't ever do business with those companies because they're just gonna like screw you in the bum. So that's sad. That's sad that people are kind of put in that position where they have to like be like, yeah, don't trust these other companies. But that's just the way it is. That's life. I don't know how, but anyways, they're not like a, you know, big studio, so you know you don't really expect them to be, you know, or maybe you don't know. They're probably not going to spend tons of time optimizing their products. I mean, they're going to optimize it enough that, you know, the majority of customers aren't going to have problems, and they're not going to complain, you know, to like whatever the European Better Business Bureau is. Well, there's probably a lot of that too. Who knows? But you would think that a company would want to make money. They would want to make their product, you know, as good as they can, and improve upon it, because, you know, obviously they're continuing to support this with DLCs and things like that. Not as many DLCs as I would really like, but they did add some free content here with the latest patch. So that was kind of nice. I was hoping for, you know, some, you know, bigger DLCs with, you know, more building missions and, you know, basically like a more robust game. But I really think that they need to kind of concentrate on a new gaming engine. And I honestly, I think this game could be really big for them. You know, if they would just, you know, spend the money. If you spend, it's kind of like one of those things where, like, you have to spend money to make money. And I think, you know, it's especially true in the gaming industry because, you know, if developers spend money on the right programmers and the right game engine, then they're going to make the money. Here we go. I mean, it's just that's the way it works. I mean, have you ever seen like a aside from like Steam Greenlight and early access, have you seen like a full release game play like crap using like a good engine? Like, well, some people will say whether, they'll argue whether or not Unity is a good engine or a bad game engine, but I think it's pretty good, in the right hands, and really bad in the wrong hands. I think more games should be made in CryEngine, personally. Alright, so let's see what happens here. It's gonna be like, get out of here! Clear the construction area. Do I have to pour... Oh, I gotta pour more concrete. Okay. I think we're gonna have enough. I'm not positive. Oh yeah, we'll have enough. Let's see, how many steps do we have here? So it looks like we have to get, like, all these steel components. I don't know what all this stuff is. Industrial chimney and an industrial chimney. Okay, I think we got chimneys before one time. So I'm kind of expecting that to be pretty much the same. Ew. Sorry. I'm, like, doing about 3 things at once here that you can't even... You guys don't even know! Alright, anyway. Nothing bad, I promise. Ooh, like, that would suck to fall down in there. Come on. Okay. Let's try to zoom in here a little bit. There we go. All right. It's like so relaxing filling something up like this. I don't know why. I wish there was like more detail in the way the concrete filled, like it actually filled like a liquid instead of just like a mathematical equation. Okay. What the hell? I did not move it that far, you guys. What the crap? Alright. Alright. Get in the hole. There we go. I think it would be cool, like if you spilled concrete and you like made a mess on the on the construction site, like you'd have to go and like clean it up and then, like, you know, at the end of the job, you would be kind of graded on how clean the job site was. Because you don't know how many times I've, you know, gone into a, you know, a building site or something like that, and here. Okay. Alright, I'm going to set this down over here. I don't think we have any more concrete. Whoops. And you know what? I think we have to go and get like an actual truck. Well, we have to go get the I don't think I can just go and get the, well, we'll look and see first of all. Trailer. See, we need to return that vehicle. Wait a second. Vehicle. Return that one. Okay. So you'll see, well, here, kind of show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so if we come over here, I'm gonna like poop. I'm gonna poop a poop snake if this actually does work. I'm pretty much convinced it's not going to work in the way that I'm thinking it's going to, but we'll see. Yeah, see, there's no free trailer, so we need to get a rental trailer. Yes. It's going to be there. And now, I'm just going to move this guy kind of out of the way, because I do not believe he will be used for the rest of this job. I could be wrong. Maybe he will be. I don't know. So we go, let's see, load one, yes. Let's see what this does. See, it loads that there, and that pretty much kind of takes up the whole trailer. I'm going to try to load another one. Well, let's see here. Hold on. Steel, 7 steel. There, that was what, 3? Not all elements could be loaded. Yeah. So, we're going to have to get that, the Scania. What the monkey? I'm gonna go to the steel mill. Attach the cargo. Lift up the little support legs, and off we go. Whoa. Turn this. And just kind of go straight over here. We'll unfurl that. We'll run over to the crane. We'll get all that. There we go. The way these things... Oh, they have to go in specific spots? Okayty then. Did not really realize that they would have to go in special spots, but... Okay, I'm not going to complain. All right. I really wish sometimes I could play this game from a first-person perspective, because watching that guy run, while it used to be kind of funny, is not really that funny anymore. It's more annoying than anything. Alright, so we gotta put this in here. Attach the cargo. Do this one. Match that. Away we go yet again. I just got the single, whatever that thing, what is that called? A truss or something like that? Whoa. All right. Cargo detached. Ah! Where did that come from? I got a feeling. I've got a feeling that this piece is gonna go way back here. And I've got diarrhea. Wait. That was the wrong song, you guys. There we go. Yay! All right. That's the sound of me jumping out of the crane. It's just... Like, even in real life, whenever I jump out of cranes... It's what it sounds like. I don't even know where the sound comes. It just... Exactly like that. All right, let's pick up the last 3, and we're gonna check how much time. All right. Whoa! Where did that guy disappear to? Okay. Let's not run into the post again. Yeah. No. Oh, and it goes around the other way. Dadgummit, I always do that. Ugh. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. So, whoa. What just happened? Oh, we got to put more of those things on there. Where did the truck go? Oh, he's way out there. Why? Why you do that to me, Mr. Game? So, okay, so what do we have left to do? We've got to get 8 steel components, and then we got to get the chimneys in the next 2 stages. All right, so we'll get these next 8 steel components, and I think I'll do another episode, maybe Sunday or Monday, for the chimneys. That'll be kind of a short one, maybe. Maybe I'll continue on and start another job. Who knows? You'll just have to wait and see. Ah! Speaking of Steam Overlay, I've been getting like a lot of friend requests from people I don't know, and I kind of hate to say it, but I no longer accept friend requests from people I don't know. I was getting friend requests, and I was getting like super spam, and so I can like no longer tell like who's gonna spam me and who's not. So like, unless I specifically know somebody by name and we've arranged ahead of time to you know, become Steam buddies or whatever, I just don't accept random Steam requests. So if I don't you know, accept your request, that is why. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but that's just how it goes in the real world. In the real world. Never mind. 332. What? They should be able to put 6 on that trailer for the life of me. Oh, one thing that I started playing around with on Steam, in their workshop in Steam VR, you know, virtual reality, they actually have a workshop for, you know, like for like mods and stuff, but it's for like backgrounds and stuff for virtual reality. And I've got this one. There's actually a few of them where it's basically like you're on the holodeck of the USS Enterprise from Star Trek: The Next Generation, and I was absolutely blown away. Like, there's one that's kind of like, it's like the doorway into the Enterprise, and then there's like another one. It's like you're kind of like one of the default environments is basically you kind of standing in kind of like this grayish black area, and then way off in the distance, all around you are these like mountains. And then they put like the door to the holodeck in one of those, which I thought was pretty cool. But then they had to have another one. It's like an empty holodeck. It's just like, you know, the black. If you're a Star Trek fan, it's like, you know, black walls with yellow squares on them, and then there's like the door going in, the door that's opened, and there's like, you know, you can see like the hallway, you know, one of the hallways outside the Enterprise. Unfortunately, there's nobody walking by, but it's a really cool illusion. Like when you're standing there sitting, well, when I'm sitting in my chair with my Oculus Rift on, it is just so cool. It's like I want to walk out there so bad and just walk through the Enterprise. I want to so bad. It's so cool. I'm sure one day somebody will, you know, finally program like the full Enterprise, one of them, in VR that we'll be able to walk around in. Somebody was actually working on one of those projects with Star Trek Voyager. Like, there's actually like a Voyager bridge demo, and unfortunately it's not compatible with CV1. I cannot get it to run. At least the versions that I am able to find. Supposedly the guy that created it, I don't know if he's abandoned it. I've tried looking around on the interwebs for, you know, if there's a version of it that supports CV1, but I could not find, you know, any information on whether or not there's a CV1 version. So I was really disappointed about that because, you know, I love Star Trek. I just love this, you know, most of the stories. I'd say about 90% of Star Trek I really like. There's definitely some corny episodes, especially in season 1 of The Next Generation, and there's a couple in Voyager, like the one where Janeway and Tom Paris turn into like salamanders and have salamander babies, and then like have to like never talk about it again. Oh, that one was so bad. That's like the one that like none of the actors, and I don't think even any of the writers or directors, like, you know, take credit for that. They're just like, nope, that one never happened. But I have it on my Blu-ray. Nope, never happened. But no, it's on my DVD. Nope. But I have it on VHS. Nope, never happened. Actually, I don't know if they ever released Voyager on VHS. I never collected those on VHS. I did on DVD though. Actually, the way I got interested in Star Trek is really through Voyager, because I started watching the show and I don't even, like, they had the seasons available where you could buy them on DVD, and they were pretty inexpensive at the time. And so I got a season, and then I was like, okay, I'm hooked. And like every time the new season came out, I would just buy it and watch it all the way through. And then I'm like this, because I've always liked sci-fi stuff, and so then I was like, I better get Next Generation. and I want to get Next Generation on Blu-ray, high def, because they actually remastered all of the episodes in high definition, which is pretty freaking cool, and I really want to see what they look like in high def. But supposedly, even the old ones, they say are HD, but I think that just means that they've been like up converted from like the standard definition to HD, but they're not true 16:9, which I thought that's the way I don't know how it was done, because I don't have them in high def, so I don't know. When I say high def, I'm talking about Netflix, because they still have the 4:3 aspect ratio and not the 16:9. So that's why I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Okay, so we're done there. We just need to pick up the last two. Thank gosh we don't have to drive very far to pick up these steel components, because otherwise I would go bonkers. Though I do kind of think it would be cool to have like a construction project, or even maybe have it as an option to literally like have to place every single like girder and every piece of the pie. I think that would be pretty cool. It'd probably take like 20 episodes to build a building, but I think the feeling of completion that you would get once you did it would be pretty cool. It's like, I built that in a virtual environment, and it has absolutely no impact on the progress of mankind. But by golly, I feel better about myself. That's kind of how video games work, isn't it? It teaches you to feel better about yourself in a completely worthless, senseless environment. I know. I better quit my day job as a motivational speaker, right? Okay, anyway. Now, I have absolutely no idea how the smokestack... I'm going to assume that we're probably going to have to pick up the mobile crane, and not the really big mobile crane, but like the smaller one. And then we'll probably have to get that big whopping trailer, and then we'll have to like pick up the smokestack. Yeah, the chimney, smokestack, whatever. We'll have to see what it's called, and transport that over to this work site. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see in the next episode, though. It's not going to happen tonight. I do not have enough time. Which, watch it take like 5 minutes. I'll be like, wow, this really... I thought it would have taken longer, but then it only takes 10 minutes. But no, I do not have the time to tonight. Sorry, guys. So there's the smoke, the industrial chimney. You know what? For farts and snuggles, I want to see what happens. Because that chimney looks a lot smaller than the other one. Oh wait, I'm not. Okay. I'm just gonna see what happens. I'm just gonna see. I'm gonna see if this will. If you know, one of the industrial chimneys is, fits in there, because I think it's like the one over there off in the distance, which those actually might fit in the truck. So we're gonna say one industrial chimney. Oh. Okay. All right. Well then, if this is all it is, then we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this job. Part of the cargo is not load. Oh, great. I'm really scared it's going to fall off. It's like so scary. I swear this thing's gonna like fall off and I'm gonna get really mad. Because then I will have to go get the mobile crane. Because it's not attached in there. Yellow car disappeared. I knew he was gonna disappear. That's why I started singing this song. Alright. What? I wonder if this is the type of or the type of trailer this thing's actually supposed to be on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hey. Not so bad. Oh, Can you imagine if this was literally like, I'm just like bonking it around? What the heck is going on here? There. Perfect. Check that out. Oh! Alright. Last one and we are done. See, we don't even get to put the windows in. You know, we don't get to put like the kitchen and the coffee room in for all the employees. We don't get to put the toilets in for the people to poop in. I mean, people gotta poop something. Right? Then they gotta have sinks to wash their hands. Gosh. Alright. I still think it's so weird that the guy he like constantly looks back at the truck. And this one's gonna do the same thing. Yep. Part of the cargo is not correctly loaded. Well, darn. Well, fart skins. Oh. Helps if I actually step on the gas. It's bouncing around, but I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. I have a hunch, okay? It's gonna go anywhere. right. Back over to the crane, and we will pretty much, well, we'll be done. It's not like we have to plant flowers in the flower garden. We'll just lift this sucker up. Bam! Check that out. Alright, so we just have to get the Scania out of here, and we are done. Can't wait to see what it looks like. Well, guys, thank you so much for once again hanging out with me as I play Construction Simulator 2015. This is the Gold Edition. I picked up my copy through Steam. You can also get it through Steam if you're lucky and you're in Europe. It might be in game stores, it might not. I'm sure you can get it through like Amazon, those kind of places. I don't know what happened. What do we build? What do we build? I want to see what we build. Oh, I blocked the road. Ooh, look at that. It's purty. It's purty. See, though we're not going to be able to walk up. See, why? Why can't we walk over there? Dang you, Astragon. You know, I don't see why. There shouldn't be a reason why we can't do that. I might have to come back and get that, daggone it, Brad, just say it. The concrete dumper thingy bobber. I don't know what it's called. But thanks again for hanging out, guys. As always, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I am Bradham73. We'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.